gotta scroll.
Like push it up, Nene, just swipe up on the screen.
Hold on, my baby.
She trying to get her camera again.
Think they be tight.
Alright. Okay, so y'all said push it up. Push
Yeah,
it
you
up.
have to
like,
scroll.
like you
Just
scrolling
push
up
up.
with your hand. Like
Like
that.
that.
Like
So
on
you
the
won't
side.
have to do the keyboard.
Okay, so my name is Malika, and I'm doing the Gullah Geechee. So this is the art, and this is their flag. It says "We be Gullah Geechee, the anointed people." So that's their flag.
I'm glad you did these Charleston people. That's what I wanted to give everyone.
The Gullah Geechee culture, the Gullah, that is for the Islanders in South Carolina. Geechee is for the Islanders in Georgia. They retain traditions from West Africa from the 1700s. So it goes from Sandy Island, South Carolina, down to Amelia, Florida, which is like right by Jacksonville. The windward or rice. So most of the obviously most of them came from like slavery. Most of the people were there, and so they came from what would be considered like the windward or rice coast, Senegambia, which became Senegal and Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Those countries, I don't know, they were experts in rice, indigo, and cotton, which were the same crops that they grew when they came over here. Did it zoom in just now? Okay. Alright, so my pictures ain't showing up good, but the dietary preferences.
Zoomed out so we can
Do I need
tap
Okay.
tap tap. Like no, I mean make it bigger. Just keep tapping.
She probably have to
Zoom
get her
over.
finger.
Okay, that's
in.
25%. And keep going. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my bad, got a lot of pictures. This look real good though. So the foods are, their dietary preferences are foods that were imported from Africa and Europe, and also foods that were native to America already. So they'll eat, locally grown foods like vegetables, fruits, game, which is, what you hunt, seafood, and livestock. The African imports would be like okra, rice, yams, peas, hot peppers, peanuts, sesame or benny seeds, sorghum, and watermelon. And some of the foods that are native to America are corn, squash, tomatoes, and berries.
What is scraping?
Huh?
What is scraping?
Sorghum? I ain't looking it up. Alright, so these are some of the stews. So, they make stews, and of course they live by the sea, so, the seafood bowls, rice, okra, those are, and tomato-based meals. For death and dying, so these are some of the things that they brought with them from Africa. So, placing gourds, which are like, y'all know, like, what's that, squash and stuff like that, the hollowed out, huh?
Drinking gourd.
Well, the hollowed out, like, those things that be like this.
Squash,
Yeah. And so they'll place those and shells on the tombs and the graves. They'll also like break glass and put those there. They even will, like, the stuff that was used to take care of the person, they'll bury them with those things, like the bowls that they used and stuff like that. Burial insurance, it is said that African people who came over and were enslaved and then freed, they actually started burial insurance because there were like secret societies in Africa, and of course, like, when they came over here, like a group of enslaved people couldn't gather together, or they might think that they're trying to escape or something. So they use this as a way to meet up. So it encouraged collective economic cooperation and provided for the survivors. So, you put in a little bit of money and, all together they'll come and they'll help you take care of your family and stuff like that and make sure that you have a nice funeral. The body is prepared and washed. They put white sheets on you. There are all-night vigils of singing and praying. They do have a tradition that some people even do to this day, which is like if a child was very close to the person that passed, then they'll take the child and pass them over the coffin to prevent the spirit from trying to visit that child. And also the thing with these bottles, they say that spirits live in them. So if you want to give the spirit a home so that it don't be up in your house or trying to haunt you and stuff, then you have these bottle trees. Religious considerations, usually they're usually Baptist, or they could be Protestant or Pentecostal, but they merge Christianity and African traditional practices together. Most of the people will be considered Bantu. Some people did practice Islam. Bowls of water is thought to ward off spirits, and it's also used to purify, like the same thing with some people might do with holy water or Florida water. Spirit possessions can be a concern, so they take precautions to make sure the spirit will go and stay away. Burial societies, they will take care of the sick and dying. They also arrange burial services. They believe that, death is natural the same way the sun rises and sets. Day becomes night. It's the same with life and death. So, you may pass away, but you left, children or the youth behind, so they'll grow up and take your place. All right, time is an unbroken circle. The past, present, and future is all connected. It's not separated. Death is not the end, but a new beginning. So life after death, if you believe in heaven, things like that. As long as an ancestor can be remembered, they are still considered to have an impact on the community. So they are addressed, even like the ministers or whatever. If somebody just passed, they'll say, I felt such and such's presence, or I had a dream about such and such, and that person might have passed, or I sat up all night last night talking to such and such, which is a person that, died. Nursing considerations, Creole language, it blends African dialects and English. So these are things that, nurses should be aware of. Their speech could be difficult for some people to understand, so you may need to get like an interpreter. Urbanization has affected water quality and increased toxins in the seafood, so that could have a negative impact on their health because they do eat a lot of seafood. They may use herbs and plants to heal ailments, so you do need to ask, about any sort of specific herb they could be taking so that you don't interfere with the medication that they're going to be prescribed. They are insulated communities, kind of isolated, and they have faced discrimination from the local government. Even into recent times, they got lawsuits going on because, the local government is trying to steal their land or doesn't. The same way we all have access to certain forms of government assistance, they felt like they weren't receiving that. So they could have some distrust of outsiders. Gullah Geechee sayings, this Yahoo be, or woke up this morning with a mind stayed upon freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind, thinking about freedom. This Yahoo be, this is who I am. Empty sack can't stand upright long, means an empty, if, obviously like if you have a sack that's empty, it can't stand up by itself. It needs something in it or something to prop it up, which means like we all need somebody to prop us up. The last calf killed the cow. That just means like it's the straw that broke the camel's back. So if you say like, insane.
You just said yeah.
Right, fed up. Plantain, not eat like rice. So for that one, I took,
I thought bananas, I eat it like rice. first.
Yeah, like, I don't know,
They
if
get
you was
different.
hungry, would you want an apple or would
It's
you want
different.
some bread? I don't know, which one would fill you up more, or something like that. And here goes some more, just so that you can see, like, this is how they talk. Enter this your garden. I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but enter this your garden, enter this garden. So that would be, how they talk.
Yeah, they talk.
Does somebody want to try to read this one?
Which one?
I know the way. It was
the
girl in
first
my
one?
class.
This one right here?
The girl in my class.
Teeth and teeth and walk through. Okay. Yeah, so that means to see the things they grow. So they have a very interesting way of talking. Like Creole, like all the other different cultures, their own way of speaking.
And our ancestors, like, they say stuff, and they just put everything in one word.
Like when they say down yonder, I be like, where's yonder?
Oh, yeah.
I told my grandma, I said, where's yonder? I don't know.
Yeah, and they have to say some stuff, they're like, what is that?
Michael Jordan and Geechee.
Yeah, so these are
They
some
don't talk
famous
like that no more.
Geechee people. To this day, they have a chiefess of the Gullah Nation. Her name is Queen Quet. I thought she was really beautiful, so I hate that this ain't working right, but it is what it is. This is Michael Jordan, yes. So a lot of, some of these people, they might have been like born in
Or
these
they
areas, or
family
their
members.
parents was descendants, but they might not have been raised Geechee. They just have their ancestry. So yeah, Michael Jordan, Darius Rucker, if y'all know. Do anybody know one of his songs?
Yeah.
Hootie. I know
Hootie
Hootie.
and
Who
the
them
Blowfish?
blowfish? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
so these are like South. So a lot of these people, they're from South Carolina. So there's
Michael from North Carolina.
is he? Okay, yeah. So it do go up to North Carolina.
Or maybe it's
Like
Because it said Savannah, it went all that way.
He's from Wilmington.
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Okay, thank you.
James Brown is from Gus's
Oh,
daughter.
but his parents and them, they was from like
Yeah.
Anderson.
South Carolina.
They was from Anderson or Barnwell.
But we claim
So he
him.
got the same
I know.
house. I mean, Clarence Thomas, his first language was actually Gullah. He was very, they say he was very insecure about it, and he
Who is Clarence Thomas?
Y'all know Clarence.
was a little
Clarence.
I don't know who Clarence is.
That might have been why he was insecure about it.
So Joe Frazier, do y'all know?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
first-
boxer.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, his people. He was from South
That's
Carolina.
probably why he
They
was so
moved to New
calm,
York.
and that's why Will.
When Will
cried.
slapped him.
Because he went to his granny and she voodooed him. He went to Geechee Club and Geechee.
Maybe.
Yeah, they do voodoo too.
His grandpa was like he said that influenced a lot of his comedy because his grandfather was like a cab driver and a minister and all kind of stuff, but that I guess that Geechee energy, you know.
Chad would still do something to me. I still cry when he think about him dead.
Don't cry, girl. Don't
It hurts
cry.
my heart.
Don't cry.
And
Who is Julia Day?
she actually made a film about I don't know if y'all ever watched the movie Daughters of the Dust.
Oh yeah.
It's you probably can find it online for free. It's a really good movie and it really like shows you, you know,
I'm looking at my
it
phone.
gives you
We
some
need to
of
watch
the
it, that's what you're saying.
yeah. If you can find it, I think you should watch it. I was gonna do a whole page for Chadwick Boseman, but I literally ain't finished this till 5 in the morning, so I didn't finish my page.
She did what?
Y'all ain't have to. You ain't want to do no page on Michael.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I like Michael Jordan. I like
Him.
He
that.
do,
He don't like that we wear his shoes.
I know he made it for white people, but it's
but
okay. Tommy said the same thing. He learned his lesson too when he said it.
these are my references. So, do y'all have any questions for me?
I got a good
I
book.
had one. I don't remember. I think I had one.
I'm happy you did Geechee because I like this.
No, I don't have a question.